here again, talking about arm rotation, if we need it or if we don't need it. And just to explain how I see what really happens when you bring the club to the impact. There is many things that can confuse us, and one of them is that club is always dropping down, club head is dropping down at the same time. But let's make a little bit filtering and take that movement out of the power movement as I see it. Also, we get a little bit more effect if we take a split grip, so we can really see what happens differently in two ways to bring the club to the impact. How I see what I want people to do, how I want them to come to impact, and what I have been trying to explain is that from this point, when your hands came down, the club face is behind you. What you have to do from here, you rotate the whole system around the vertical axis. That's what I like to do. I rotate the whole system around this axis here. I bring the shaft pointing to the target. My hands are going left and the shaft keeps pointing to the target. As we see, if we do it at this level, it's about here, and you rotate whole system, the face is square. And the most important thing, my left forearm hasn't rotated. If I take the same situation and I rotate my left forearm, you will get this. The right elbow will pop out. This mark will point toward the target and the face is really closed. I don't want that. I want people bring it to the impact like this. And now what we got our right forearm supporting the shaft as we rotate it like this. Also, if you do it like that, you can fire as hard as you can with your right hand, with your right arm, whatever. It stays under, it stays behind. So from here to here. Now it's supported, not rotate. I don't want any rotation to my forearms because it will do this. If we take normal grip, it means it's here. I rotate the whole system and I keep the elbow here. And you see the tape here. It hasn't rotated. It's still on the same direction relative to my upper arm. If I rotate it, this is what we get. If we take that same down the line, unfortunately I can't put the camera up there because it's the best way to see it. But anyway, from behind, drop it here behind you, you rotate whole system here, hands going left, the face is square, and the right arm is supporting the impact. From here, if you rotate, it will look like this. It will look like this. And you will end up here instead of this. The other thing I really like to see is that player is keeping the shaft pointing to the target. This is the way to keep the face looking at the target, the shaft looking at the target, and the right hand behind the shaft. Long way past the impact. This is the way to do it. So everything what happens in my left shoulder. It turns, it pulls the club here, and the right hand stays behind and under. I don't sling it. So what I've been telling is right about sideways toss. What we do if we throw this ball, we want to keep the right hand behind and under the ball. We don't want any rotation. We don't want to throw it this way. We want it to be supported like this. And if we do this, we can't rotate our forearms because the ball will roll, the left hand will go under the ball, right hand will rise. So I throw it this way, I throw it this way. And there is also other wrist movements that player can do or leave them out. As I come to impact like this, now if I bow my left wrist, you see it also closes the face. If I bring it to the same position and I bow it, the shaft rotates and the face is closing. But still, this point hasn't turned. I bow it and it will close. I bow it and it will close. It will get stronger and it will close. More you bow your left wrist, more you do this, more you have to keep the right hand under to prevent face closing. That's the whole thing. You can flip it like this and you don't have to keep it so tight here, but as far you start to bow the wrist, you have to take care that you track with your right hand, with your right arm in. You keep it behind, you keep it under, and you get the face square. About here, to bow, to track. That's the face square again, and the hand is ahead of the club head. It's going in already.